down, find your 12th rib, your T12, and you can say, okay, let's go to the T11 and T12. All right, and you're going to mobilize them into side bending and flexion or extension. So you're here we're presenting with a unilateral flexion restriction. Okay, so what you can do is you can lock from below. You're going to do a straight locking from below. So you start to flex to the point where you feel the interspace between T11 and T12 start to separate. Okay, you go a little bit below, right? So let me back up. So you're going to palpate between T11, T12, and T12 and L1, and you're going to flex to the point that T12 and L1 move. If you get to the point that T11, T12 move, then just back off a little bit. So you're going to flex to the point where you're flexing up right to T12 on L1, but not going all the way into T11, T12. Got it? So you're flexing up to the segment below the one that you're targeting. Then you're going to straighten the bottom leg and just do it's a neutral lock. Okay, you're not going to go. You did side bending combo, right, Emil? Sorry. Locking from below, you did side bending and all that? Yeah. Okay, so we're not going to do the side bending. This is a straight neutral lock. You're just doing flexion right to below, and then you're just offsetting the legs so you can move the pelvis. You're not going to induce the side bend. Got it? Okay. Then so now I know that I've locked up to T12, L1. I'm palpating T11, T12. So now I go up to T10, T11. So I'm locking from below to the segment below. I'm locking from above to the segment above. Okay. Resting this hand here. It's a straight rotation down. I'm rotating down to the point that I get movement into T10 and 11. Once I get movement into T10 and 11, I'm done. You can put that under your head. Okay, now I come into this. Now what I've done is I've locked above and below, and now my hands are on T11, T12. Right? And now I can do my side bending. So now here I'm going to do my side bending, where if I side bend this way, which direction am I actually side bending?
Left.
Left. Therefore, which facet am I upsiding?
The right.
The right facet. Okay.
Rotating?
It's more of a side bend here, but since I can't really side bend her into the bed, side bending, pulling away, and you're getting a little bit of a rotation into it. And that's just because I'm following the motion of the joint. Yeah, the idea is that I'm side bending her this way. I'm trying to take her into a left side bend. Okay? So that I'm creating space between here and I'm mobilizing the pelvis down and away like this. Okay? Now, since I'm focusing on the upslide here, I can get a little bit of a rotation to help me out, right? And that will help me with my rotation. I'm kind of pulling the bottom one away. I'm stabilizing from above, and I'm pulling the pelvis away this way, using the larger one to get that. Okay? All right.
You're on the TP?
I'm on the spinous process because I can't really get a hook on the TP, so I'm hooking on the spinous process, the base of the spinous process from above. All right, so I'm kind of sort of rotating it to the right, my pressure, because I'm putting the tail that way, but then I'm really side bending this way. So I'm hugging underneath it, a little bit of rotation, side bend, stabilized. And I hook on the lower one, and then I use I'm still on the right side of the spinous process. Right? So I'm hooking on that, kind of the lamina, and then I'm using the pelvis and I'm pulling that facet down. So I'm doing a reverse glide. Right? I'm not doing an upslide of the upper one. I'm stabilizing the upper one, and I'm doing the downslide of the lower one, which is a relative upslide. Got that? Stabilizing the upper one, mobilizing the pelvis of the lower one, so I'm pulling down on the right facet of the lower one, which is a relative upslide of the right facet. Okay? Yep.
Doing it that way is just more optimal, right? If we did it the other way, it's not technically wrong.
Which other way?
Where you upslide the superior one. It's just not as optimal as blocking and downsliding.
Well, you can do an extension move. So that's just the other way. So now if I do it this way, I have locked up to T10 and 11. I can come in, and then I can come on the pillars, and now I can move the pelvis into this kind of side bend. Right? So which way am I side bending her now?
Right side.
Right side bend. Okay? And now I'm doing a downslide mobilization of that segment. Okay?